Hey lovelies. So today's video is going to be me sharing how I get the house ready for the new owners. To say that the past couple weeks have been busy is an understatement. After the packers and movers came and loaded everything up, we were left with a dirty, messy house. And I'm not gonna lie, prior to packing and moving, I really didn't do any cleaning. So the house just had a lot of buildup of dust and dirt, and with all of the activity from packing and moving, it just tracked in so much more than normal. But you can see that my floors are an absolute mess, and I really just wanted to spend some time and get this house ready for the new owners. We put so much love and care into our home. We really want the new owners to feel the same way. I actually had some family and friends tell me, don't clean it. They're probably going to clean it when they get moved in. But to be honest, we built this home from the ground up. And over the past 3 years, we've just made so many memories in this home. And we really want the new owners to feel that same way. I had so much pride in our home that I definitely could not have passed it on to somebody else in the condition that you see that it's in. So we actually, or I actually spent some time and just really got on my hands and knees and got into all of the crevices to make sure that this house was clean. So you're going to see that this video is me cleaning the house over a period of 3 days. I actually had to spend a little bit more time than that because I had to work in stages, and we started with the upstairs. So you can see that the downstairs alone is it's just filthy. And everything, from having everybody just kind of coming in, and now it just left the floors filthy, it left the carpet filthy, it left my doors filthy, just everything was touched and moved, and dust kind of just shifted. And so you can see even here on the glass door that it was um, it's just a mess. I don't know if you can tell right there, but it's just a mess. So here we are gonna tackle this house, and I'm actually gonna make 2 videos just kind of sharing what I did. This is my daughter's room. You can just see, I think when you have furniture, and even though I feel like I'm very clean for the most part, I mean, stuff just gets behind the furniture and dust accumulates. And of course, if you have kids, you'll know that junk kind of gets stuck behind the beds and all. So that's what this is. Now, I started cleaning the upstairs by getting a broom and dusting off all of the baseboards. So prior to me cleaning the baseboards, I like to dust everything, and then I like to take that same broom and get into the edges where the carpet meets the trim, because even if you vacuum, there's going to be dust and hair that will accumulate there. So that's what I did to the entire upstairs. I went ahead and just got all of that hair and dust from the baseboards and the carpet. And then I vacuumed everything up. So even though I have plans to shampoo the carpets, I wanted to make sure that everything was vacuumed. So I basically did this in all of the bedrooms. Now, you better believe that even though all of my cleaning equipment got packed up, the one thing that I definitely made sure I kept behind with me was my Dyson V7 cordless vacuum cleaner. I am obsessed with this vacuum cleaner, and I mean, if you have a Dyson or if you have a cordless vacuum cleaner, let me know your thoughts. I feel like has just been such a game changer because even though I vacuumed this room and actually all of the rooms, I went back and vacuumed like every day just about to pick up any additional hair, pet hair, anything. And it always picked something up every single time I went over it. So it's one of my absolute favorites. I definitely made sure that the packers did not take my vacuum cleaner. So Um, that's what I'm doing here. I also wanted to make sure that after I vacuumed everything and cleaned all of the trim, that I, started with the sweeping, because the laundry room and all the bathrooms did have some hair and some dust. So I wanted to make sure that I swept everything up as well. It's crazy what you find behind your dryer and your washing machine, and how much lint accumulates back there. So I wanted to make sure that I did that as well. And um, you'll see that wherever our laundry or our washer and dryer were, the painter or the guy that we hired to redo our laundry room wasn't able to move the washer. So that's why you just kind of see paint, or the wall not painted, I guess, in that area. But one thing I am curious about is, those of you guys that have moved, do you guys do the cleaning yourselves, or do you hire somebody? I know it would be so much easier to just hire a cleaning team to come in and get everything cleaned from top to bottom. And I know that they do an amazing job, but I don't know why I feel the need that I have to clean it myself. I don't know. It's maybe it's because I have a hard time letting go of, or saying goodbye. I don't know, but I will tell you that I'm so attached to our home that I, I know that we're moving, and it's kind of a must for our family, just because of my husband's job relocation and all. But I don't know. I have such an emotional attachment to our home that I am having a hard time letting it go. And I just feel like I have to give it one last extra love and care. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's kind of how I feel. My husband kept telling me, just go over everything and don't spend too much time, really deep cleaning. But I just feel like buying a home is your biggest investment that you will make in your life. And it's, a car is a big investment. And I feel like if you buy a car, you want your car to be cleaned and have that new feeling. And so why would you not want to walk into a home and feel that same way? So I don't know, just my thoughts, especially because it does cost so much. And I don't know. I guess I just want the new owners to feel like this is their home, and I want them to make some beautiful memories the way that we have. So these are my last attempts at basically caring for my home the best way that I can. Now, all of the cabinets throughout the entire house had water stains on them, and I typically go over my cabinets on a regular basis, but again, I really did not spend a lot of time cleaning prior to packing, or the packers and movers coming. So the cabinets at this point are just filthy. And so I am in my upstairs bathroom right now cleaning all of the cabinets. And I use the Mrs. Meyer's spray because it really gives it a nice cleaning when you spray it on the surface. And one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I took care of, and especially when you have cabinets that have grooves on it, is making sure that you get into the grooves as well as all of the hinges. The hinges, I feel like, get neglected. And so even if you get into the grooves of your cabinets and into the actual cabinet itself, I feel like a lot of times it's easy to neglect the hinges, and that's where you will get dust buildup, and even sometimes a rusting on the metal. So that's one thing that I typically like to go over whenever I am cleaning my cabinets. And with this ultimate cleaning, I made sure to get into every single groove, every single hinge, and not just wipe it down, but really get in there and go over it, and rinse everything after I've gone over it with cleaning solution. So once I cleaned all of the cabinets in my master bath, I moved on to the next room, and here I am just repeating the cycle with dusting off all of the trim, making sure that all of the trash is picked up, and There is gum stuck on my carpet, you know, in my daughter's room, which luckily it was dried up. I don't know. I think if you have teenagers, maybe even younger kids, their rooms are just disgusting. Let me know if you can relate, because some of the things that I find, I'm just like, what the heck were they even doing here? So this is my oldest daughter's room, and she is the cleanest of all of my kids, but I still found dried gum on her carpet. So that's that. But yeah, here I am vacuuming everything after I've gone over everything with the broom and just kind of loosened up that dust. And so I'm just getting the house ready, or this room ready, so that I can, you know, really get in and deep clean it. And then the last thing that I went ahead and did for this particular day was go through all of the ledge on the upstairs level with the broom and take off that extra dust. So it is the next day, and I decided I was going to go ahead and tackle the bathrooms upstairs, because unfortunately I wasn't able to tackle the entire upstairs in just one day. I did have to break up every part of the house into a separate day. So on this day I tackled all of the bathrooms. I cleaned the toilets, the showers, the cabinets, or the cabinets that I didn't get to the day prior, and all of the countertops. And I made sure that I used several different cleaning products. So here I used the Fabuloso, the Clorox, the Mrs. Meyer's, I believe in the scent Orange Clove, as well as the 7th generation disinfecting spray and toilet bowl cleaner. I don't know why, I just feel like it cleans. It's so much cleaner when I am combining the different cleaning products. I don't know if you can relate or not, but that's what I did. And again, after I cleaned everything, I went over it all with a rinsed sponge and just with some water, so that I could get any leftover residue. So I'm curious, how many times have you guys moved, and what steps do you take to get your house ready for a move? I feel like I've moved, gosh, in the past 5 years, no, 6 years, I have moved 4 times in the past 6 years. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a pro, but I feel like I have a system down as far as what I do. And I probably add more work than I should, which is probably why I felt more stressed out, um, or why I feel so stressed out with every move. I mean, I wish moving could be easy, and we had so much help just having packers come into our house and pack everything up, as well as load everything and move it for us. But I probably just create more work than I have to. But again, I do like just adding my own little attention to the final details when I am leaving, you know, our house behind. But I will say that this house definitely had a lot of love in it, because um, we weren't expecting to move. So we were definitely building memories here. And it's so sad. This is probably one of the hardest moves that I've had to make, just because I feel like I got emotionally attached to my house. I know that, I'm sure it's common. I'm sure that so many people do, but just in the short amount of time that we were here for 3 years, I really feel like I got emotionally attached to my home. And so it's just so sad. Um, you know, it's just so sad, but definitely a new journey to take, and a new path in life that we are traveling on, that I am definitely excited to be sharing, you know, with my husband and my kids. And I don't know, I guess change is inevitable and you got to roll with the punches, right? But definitely a hard move for me, at least. Let me know if you guys have, a difficult time moving on and moving out of your home, moving into a new one, because I feel like I'm not the only one that feels this way. But that's it for the second day of cleaning. Again, I probably doesn't look like I did a lot, but truly over those 2 days, I was exhausted and I, really just wanted to make sure that I went over everything. Um, and thoroughly cleaned it all so that the new owners just, would feel very welcomed walking into a very clean home. So that is going to be the end of this video. After I cleaned the toilets, I did actually go in and clean all of the window frames, which you'll see right now. I cleaned all of the window ledges and made sure that I got in and cleaned everything so that it was just spotless. I mean, I typically will clean inside of my window frames at least twice a year. I feel like during like spring and fall cleaning, but I didn't get to the upstairs this year. And also the last time I did it was like in March, I think, and we just had a lot more buildup this year for some reason. So I made sure to go in and clean all of the ledges and the window frames. I just used Mrs. Meyer's and sprayed everything down and went in with a rag and just wiped everything down and rinsed it all off with some water as well when I was done. And then the saddest part was having to remove Logan's decal from his room. We didn't have to paint the walls, thankfully, but I don't know. Again, I just feel like with this move, I am sadder, and there was just so many memories. I did get this off of a Etsy shop. You can actually personalize different decals for your kids' room. So if you're interested, let me know. But that concludes this cleaning portion for day 1 and 2. I will be uploading another video where I work on the lower part of the house. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, I love you and I will see you in the next one.